There we go. That's much better. Uh, what's going on, everybody? That's me talking. Or are you introducing yourself too? Matter of fact, speaking of that, hold on, let me. A little too far away from the station here. What's going on, everybody? Matter of fact, I don't think I should be. Let me try to think how I should have this. Well, this should work. This should work. Give you a wider span. I can see everybody in the chat. Well, let me do this so I don't miss nobody. Hold on, hold on. Oh, they got some new stuff up here now. Well, look at that. They added that back in there. Okay, okay. All right, YouTube. All right, everybody. What's going on? Live from 73 here. It's good to see y'all in the house today. Happy Father's Day to everybody. To everybody supporting your children, taking care of your family. Happy Father's Day. Gentlemen, fellas, happy Father's Day. Guava, you deserve this. All the real ones holding it down for their family and their kids. Guava. All right. What I wanted to talk about today, I want to talk about how much power. How you doing, LM, how you doing? Zipporah, how you doing? Power Down Adventures, how you doing? Lori Lewis, DIV Ricky, how you doing? JC Caston, how you doing? Brown Sugar's Garden Space, how you doing? G Cole. Navanya, how you doing? JC Monet. Uncle, how you doing? All right, Yvonne, how y'all doing? Now, I guess we can start this out right out the gate with, does anybody own any homestead? Zipporah say just hanging in there. That's good to hear. Anybody own a homestead or even your home? This does not have to be about homesteading. This could also be about your house too. And I get these questions all the time when I'm talking about something completely different. And I said, you know what, today I'm gonna take a minute because the sun is up. I done cut the AC on for me and Pup. We cooling. I just came from outside. Lori Lewis is the owner. Me and Pup was outside. We took all the tents down on my land and packed them away and put them up. So me and her boiling. So I said, we ain't gonna torture ourselves today. We're gonna cut the AC on. So we got the AC on chilling. All right. So everybody's a homeowner or landowner. How you doing, Nessa? It's good to see you. Dee Dee in Vegas. Lori Lewis. Lori Lewis said, I'm an owner. What's up, Clarence? Karen Lewis. Natalie, how you doing? All right. Okay. Before I get going, I'm going to just let you know, hey, everything fresh and sassy. What's up, mama? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Oh, it's always good to see you. See, I gotta put on my good ones now. They done mess around, left everything fresh and sassy up in here. I gotta put on my good glasses now. There we go. All right, Clarence Rayford. Good to see you. Good to see you. I know you're well. I believe you're well, always. Much love to you and the family. Okay. So what I wanted to do today, y'all, was talk about how much power, how you doing, Renee? How much power does it take to run this operation I got? Power Down Adventures, homeowner with land. Okay, okay. Yvonne, yes, we have a little homestead. Okay, good for you. Good for you. I had to get my lemon juice and my salt because I done sweated it out. But it's good for me. Okay, so there's a sale going on right now. EcoFlow. I didn't put out no video. All I'm doing really, I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna let y'all know right out the gate. The all right, everything fresh and sassy. If you looking for power right now, I got a discount code in my description box under this video. Okay, Renee says homeowner, landowner, good for you. All right. It's something that I battle every day. And I just wanted to talk about it because it's so important. How much power does it take to run this? And everybody asks me that question, and the thing about it is it depends on you. Let's see. How you doing, Marissa? It depends on you and how much energy you use or waste is what I'm gonna call it. How much energy do you actually waste? Because a lot of the energy, like I have no reason to have this light on over this sink anymore at all. I should have that off because that's draining my energy. So I use about any girl dad, what's going on, brother? I use every day on a hot day like today. Today is like 97 degrees. So it's boiling right now. So I'm gonna have this air running. Let me see. Man, I'm throwing my glasses around. Let me see. How you doing, Jerry? Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Hey, Adina. How you doing? So if you're going to be running the air condition, I got a window unit over here. Right there. That window unit is pulling about 625, 650 watts when I got it on high. And right now I got it on high. Diane Meyer says, what is a solar generator to power a apartment fridge or well? Anything for about 3,000. Well, Diane, you can go down in my description box below and check out EcoFlow and what they have going on. You can get a discount code right now. Now, the reason why we're doing this video is for the question you just asked right there. Edwina. You said, not Edwina, I'm sorry, Diane. What is a solar generator to power a apartment fridge or well? Anything for about 3,000. Okay, today I'm gonna play with this question, but I'm gonna say right out the gate, my favorite is the Delta Pro 3. Delta Pro 3 with an extra battery. Even though you don't know what you don't know what you need, the Delta Pro 3 with an extra battery will solve everything to me. You can also connect the Delta Pro 3 up to your house, and it's mobile. You can take it with you like I got it here with me, but I can also take it back home and connect it to my house, and it will run my whole power grid for my entire house. So it's to me, it's the best of both worlds. Let's see. C. Francis, I have an EcoFlow River 3 and 2 Renogy rigid panels powering fans for my chicken run in this Florida heat. Okay, okay. So here's the thing. You gotta know what you need the power for. Like, did everybody just hear me say my air conditioner is pulling 625 watts on high? Just say 650 watts on high fan, non-eco mode, just straight pedal to the metal, 650 watts with the window air conditioning unit. Now, I want you to pay attention to that. I got 650 watts coming out, right? I'm using 650 watts. Now, behind me, I have another set. I got a refrigerator going. When that refrigerator kicks on, it uses about 225 watts. Over there, you see a coffee maker. That coffee maker uses about 1,000 watts when it cuts on. So if I'm making coffee, I got the air conditioner running, and this refrigerator compressor kicks on. What are we using? Y'all, let's see. Let's do the math on that. 5, 7, 8. That's almost 8. That's 1,875 watts. So that's almost 1,900 watts. So you're going to need, if you're going to be using stuff like that, and it's all going to be running simultaneously, you're going to need something clearly with a lot of watt hours that can store a lot of watt hours, and then you're going to need something that can put out a lot of watts as well, at least 2,000. Do I have any questions so far? Any? Any questions? Thank you, Renee. Any questions at all? Nope. Because see, this is what I'm going to start doing. And if you haven't already noticed, I'm going to be doing videos about solar power, what you may or what you may not need. And at the same time, I'm not going to be answering these questions while I'm doing a whole nother video, because it throws people off. So when I don't answer your question while we're doing a video about something completely different, I'm not being rude. I'm actually staying in order, because other people are there for that information of whatever we're talking about on that day. When I put up a video like this is the time to speak up. Because what happens is, you're going to think I'm ignoring you in another video, and basically I am, because we're talking about something completely different. Okay, Shaney's Garden. Can it run the refrigerator all day, every day? Yes, it can. It does. Every day, all day, 24/7. Because I need you to understand something. Your refrigerator doesn't use power 24/7. That compressor kicks on, and it chills it back down and get it down to temperature, and then it cuts off. And then your refrigerator is not using any power at all. So believe it or not, your refrigerator, when the compressor come on, say you got a real big refrigerator and it's using 800 watts. It's only going to use 800 watts for like 30 minutes tops. If everybody keep going in and out on a regular everyday house usage, then it's going to cut off. That gives your solar panels time to put that energy back into your battery. All right, we got questions. We got questions. Okay. Renee says, do you have a video on how to build a battery bank? No. Everything Fresh and Sassy say, please remember the thumbs up. Thank you for that, Everything Fresh and Sassy. Thank you, my sister. Jay Weezy says, do you mind showing how you have the station set up in your shed? Did you make everything go through the breaker? Yes. Now, here's the thing, okay? And I've said this before. I can't show how I got mine hooked up. All right? I can't show it because if you do what I do and you burn your house down, I may be held liable. That's why I've never showed y'all how I have mine hooked up. Because if you are not a licensed electrician and then you start following something that I said, okay, I may get in trouble. So I can't show you how I got it hooked up. But to answer your question, hey, TLC in the garden, what's up, my sister? No, you're fine, Jay Weezy, you're fine. I just can't show you that, okay? But to answer your question, without answering your question, yes, I have it hooked up to my breaker box. When I pop that fuse in there, everything shuts off. Okay, let's see right here. I'm going back in these questions. I want all these questions. CC Wins, how you doing, CC? Said, do we need an adapter to hook up the Delta Pro Ultra to the house? Does it require hiring someone? If you don't know how to deal with electrical hookups, and nobody in your family is an electrician, yes, you may have to call somebody. Now, when it comes to hooking the Delta Pro Ultra to your house, I say please get the smart panel, because you can control everything from your thumb, your phone. That smart panel knows what to cut off, what to keep on, when to cut off, when to cut on. It has a storm warning on it where when it knows, well, until everything recently, it's adapted to the weather system, so it knows when a storm is coming. So it puts your Delta Pro Ultra on high alert and starts fully charging it if it's not fully charged. That way, it's ready for the storm, it's ready for the lights to go out. So that's how that works. I would, if it was me, I wouldn't buy a sideline unit that hooks up to your house panel. I would really, if I'm going to get the Delta Pro Ultra, I would get the EcoFlow smart panel to go with it. Because listen, trust me, the EcoFlow smart panel and the Delta Pro Ultra or the Delta Pro 3 go together like peanut butter and jelly. You hear me? I'm talking about they perfectly mesh together where everything is seamless. You don't really have to know what you're doing because everything is self-explanatory. I'm gonna back up and get the rest of these questions, okay? Please don't speak in caps, please, because that throws me off, all right? Just ask it again in normal letters. I'll see your question. Matter of fact, I'm not letting no questions slip by me today. Unless it's ridiculous, and then I did it on purpose. Let me see. Okay, the Nightway, Blessing Led, how do you like the warranty on EcoFlow products you currently have? Also, is there an extended warranty? Now, that's something that you would have to call and talk to them about. And you want to hear something, this is God honest truth for me. It is not because I'm a representative. It's truly the truth. I've never had to call EcoFlow for a warranty. My very first one, now I'm going to be honest with you. I told you I use this every day. Let me show you. I use this every day, still to this day. To this very day. Y'all excuse me because I'm sweating and I'm a mess. Still to this very day, this is my EcoFlow River, my very first one, okay? And I added that battery to make it the max. Okay. I'm showing you that is because that one I used to send back because And I kept thinking something was wrong with my unit. Wasn't nothing wrong with my unit at all. Something was wrong with me. I was not ready to go forward and download apps on my phone, because when this one came out, this was one of the first units that was out that you could connect it to an app on your phone and control it with your phone. And I was like, I'm not doing that, because at the time, EcoFlow was fairly new. And I'm like, I'm not putting my stuff, my information on these people's stuff. So what I didn't know was your unit needed a firmware update. So I sent it back 3 times. And I finally sat it down and I put it in the garage. I didn't touch it no more. As a matter of fact, I even bad-mouthed it at first. I bad-mouthed this unit. I was like, that's a piece of junk. I done sent it back 3 times. I'm done. I kid you not. I watched somebody on a video one day talk about they did the same thing I did pretty much, but once they uploaded the firmware update, everything was like open the world. I did that, and I'm using it, what is this, 6 or 7 years later, and I literally got it hooked up out here to my washing machine. Okay, I can't make this up. Let me go back, y'all. I'm sorry. That answer was a little long-winded, but I had to. Besides that, I've never had to send anything back. Let me go back. Hold on. I'm trying to get all questions. I won't leave until I answer them all. Okay. Okay, so we got the warranty question from the Nightway. Okay, Yvonne says, so you are saying you are hooked up right now to the Delta Pro 3 with extra battery? Yes, the Delta Pro 3 with the extra battery, and I got 800 watts of solar panels pulling sunlight. That's what's running everything right now. I could cut on all the lights and the fans and the blah, blah, blah. Right now, the air conditioning going, my refrigerator going. I just had some coffee this morning. I got a stand-up fan going right there. So my fan, my air conditioning, my lights, my refrigerator, all of that's being run right now off that out there. And I got window window fans. I got ceiling fans. I could be running all of that right now. I don't need to waste the energy because I got the AC unit on. Let me see here. I'm going back up. Let me see. Y'all give me a second. I'm just trying to catch all of y'all questions today, okay? And if anybody's interested in saving some money on EcoFlow products, my link is in the description box below this video. Okay, got Yvonne. Let's see who's next. How you doing, Leslie? Let me see. Cheryl Kane says, it's been cloudy for 3 days. Ha! I'm glad you brought that up. This been cloudy for 3 days. This morning, I was wondering if my Delta 2 with solar panels is sufficient for a refrigerator, a few light fixtures, and fans. Do I need more? I don't know, because I don't see your setup. But see, that right there is where the smart dual fuel gas generator kick in. We've all been getting rough weather all week, right? For the last 3 weeks, last month, it's rained almost every single day for almost 30 days, everywhere in the USA. So I will say this: when it's cloudy, Unbiased LLC, what's up, my sister? Good to see you. When the sun isn't out, you're still gonna get a little bit of sunlight. You're gonna get a little wattage coming in. But if you're running air conditioning, fans, and refrigerators, it's not gonna be enough to sustain that. So this is what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to get that dual fuel smart generator, because it knows my generator, once it gets down to 30%, the gas generator automatically kicks on, and the gas generator fills up the Delta Pro 3, and the Delta Pro 3 is running all this. So I never know anything, okay? It's all being run. So if I don't got sunlight, my EcoFlow dual fuel smart generator kicks in. And it was run by either propane or gasoline. And nothing. And it's SIP fuel, super fuel efficient. Let me go back in here. I don't want my answers to be long-winded because I get excited about power, okay? If y'all don't remember. All right, let me see. Let me go back up here. I keep getting to this. Okay, let's go. So if you're saying is your panels efficient, it just depends on what you're using. Like I can't say is that efficient or not. Okay. Let me see. All right, W. Wilson says, are solar panels needed along with mulch battery? I don't know what that means. CC Wynn says smart panel. Got it. My brother-in-law is an electrician, so I'm on it. Thanks, Dave. No problem. Trust me. When you get the smart panel, thank me later. Okay? Thank me later on that one. Because with the smart panel and the Delta Pro Ultra, you won't know that everybody else in the neighborhood's power is out. Because it's instantaneous. You won't even see a blink. You won't see a blink at all. Everybody out there, stuff is going crazy, and you will be just like this. You won't even know because it takes over so instantaneous. You won't even get damn near a blink, right? You won't know that everybody in the neighborhood's power is out. Now, my testimony. I got my Delta Pro Ultra at home, and we had a hurricane last week? And everybody in the neighborhood's lights was blinking and stuff, and we ran back in the house. Our stuff was fine. Even our internet and everything we was fine. And I had to say, look, let me cut this. Everybody cut all the lights out in the house before they see us and wonder why our power is on. Cut out all the power, but our refrigerators and freezers and everything else is connected to it. No problem. Let me get back in here. I don't want to be long-winded. Let me see. Because I said I wanted questions and y'all got them and I'm trying to answer them. Let me see. Yes, the app is the bomb. Hey, TLC says, let me see. Y'all bringing the pain now. Okay. Renee says, what did Les say to get with the Delta Pro Ultra EcoFlow? The Delta Pro Smart Panel. The smart panel that goes to your house. TLC says, love how the EcoFlows connect to the weather and top off and charge. Yes, they do. I have 3 Delta Plus. Okay, extra battery and River 2. You don't got to do anything. Laura says when you use those long wires to go from panel to unit, do those long wires come with jacks built in? That your wires depend on you. And I did a video on here showing people how to take wire and put the MC4 connectors on them yourself. If you buy a long roll of wire, whatever gauge you plan on getting, you got to put those MC4 connectors on yourself usually. If you don't, they're going to charge you arm and a leg. So please go to my video in my solar playlist, and I got a video in there showing you how to do it. It's so easy. It literally takes a minute tops. Okay. Let me see. Thank you, Nightway. Let me see. Let me see. Jay Weezy says, do you have dual fuel generator and the Delta 3 both connected, or can you leave them running in tandem? What do you mean, can you have them running in tandem? I don't understand. You can, I don't understand the question, but I'm gonna try to shoot in the dark here, okay? If you get the smart cable, if you get the smart DC cable and connect the Delta Pro 3 to the dual fuel smart generator, you don't have to do anything. That cable lets them talk to each other. And when the solar generator Delta Pro 3 is low and hits 30% or whatever you set it at, the dual fuel generator says, oh my goodness, you getting too low. Let me give you some energy. And it just cuts on by itself and fuels this back up. And when it get topped off, the gas dual fuel generator cuts off by itself. You don't even have to be around. That's how that works. And when you say running in tandem, I don't understand what you mean by that. Let me see. Or you can just plug it up to the AC like normal, like a normal generator, but it won't know when to cut on and cut off. Okay, Lisa, how you doing? Lisa says, hi, Led. Do you have or have you ever used a cool bot to make a root? Nope, I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. The Shade Tree Farmer said, it's costly, but you will see a return in 3 years. And you know something, Shade Tree Farmer? I'm going to do you one better, bro. Or, ma'am, I'm not sure what, But let me tell you something. I'm seeing my return immediately. If you live off grid, you will get your money back immediately, because the money that I'm saving out here off grid, that's thousands of dollars every month of power consumption that I use. Hundreds of dollars, let's put like hundreds of dollars. Quickly ending, I'm giving 6 months, I'm gonna give it. I say 1 year you got your money back. Me, personally for me, I'm gonna say I got my money back in 6 years. 6 months. 6 months for me. Because that's how much I use my equipment. Okay, let's see. How you doing, Miss Missy? How you doing? Unbiased LLC in the house. Okay, Free at Last says, are you producing more power than you're currently using to get you through the night? Okay, if I put more solar panels out there, I would be. But right now, I'm only bringing in 800 watts. So I'm trying to keep my power consumption about 800 watts. So I'm not bringing in, think about this. I'm going to play with numbers with you. I'm not bringing in more power per se. I'm right here. So my power level of my watt hours never goes down, because I keep a track of when that sun is going down. I keep track of how much power I got coming in and going out. So when I know right now it's like 3 o'clock or something, that sun is going down. So in a minute, I'm going to cut my air conditioning unit on low. That's going to bring it down to about 550 watts, 500 watts. I'm going to cut this fan on low. I'm going to cut the refrigerator on eco mode, because when you start doing, I'm going to cut these lights out. When you start doing that, you start conserving, because I know that I'm not going to be getting as much sunlight. I know in a minute, coming up soon here, I'm not going to be bringing in 800 watts. So I got to be mindful of that. Now, if you don't want to have to think about how much power you're using, just go ahead and put out another 800 watts. You know, if you are bringing in 2,000 watts of power, not only will you be powering your house for free, like I'm doing now, the sun is running all this. I will also be storing away a surplus of energy. So that gets you through the night, and I could party all night long, okay? What BTU air conditioning do you use? Your BTUs don't matter. The only thing that matters is how many watts is it pulling, okay? Because you can have an old 5,000 BTU air conditioner and it's using more than a newer efficient air conditioning unit. So your BTUs doesn't matter. All that matters is how much watts are you pulling. Now, if you're asking what is mine, that, I mean, it's neither here nor there. Trust me on that. Trust me. No, I'm gonna do you better than that. That's a 12,000 BTU air conditioner. 12 or 15. 12,000 or 15,000 BTU. I think it's a, be honest with you, I think it's a 10,000. I think that's a 10,000 BTU air conditioner. But it's newer. I bought that about 2 years ago. So it's very efficient. Let's see here. Let me go back and find these questions. Clarence says, okay, depending on the amount of wattage used in a home, we have gas generator, but need to get something that will sustain over the amount of total wattage an appliance. Sometimes you just can't use those appliances. That's why I have propane stoves, wood burning stoves. See, I don't pay nothing for no heat because that wood burning stove, that's my heat. And then for my gas, for my stove, that's propane. I don't use electricity to cook anything. I don't use I use electricity to wash my clothes. My washer is out here, and I use, for my washing machine, I just use this. I plug it into this, get me a couple loads going, and it's a wrap. Everything I do out here is off of the grid. Literally, it's from the sun. All the power I'm using is from the sun. How you doing, Miss Shirley OG? How you doing? Good to see you in here. Let's see. I'm trying to get all these questions. I ain't gonna just keep running my mouth today. I'm trying to help you. If anybody is interested, my discount code link is in the description box. Okay, Trish says, do all their products need firmware updates at some point in time? I have a River Pro with an extra battery, fixing to finally buy a Delta 2. Most solar power generators today all need firmware updates. Yes. We're past the caveman solar power generators, like the whole Jackery 500 type thing. Those days is kind of over. So everything needs a firmware update. Now, I will say, if you do own a Dinosaur solar power generator, I say hold on to it because you may need it. How you doing, Even? Good to see you. Let me see. I'm trying to find some more of them questions. I don't want none of. If I haven't answered your question yet, ask it again, because I don't want to miss none. Okay. TLC says, Led, do you have the new EcoFlow panels that charge from both sides? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Okay. Power, okay, Clarence says power was out in Alabama from 5 to 1 a.m. or from 5 to 1 a.m. that Saturday due to severe storms in our area. We have a Generex generator that uses gas. Do you recommend First EcoFlow? What do you mean, do I recommend First EcoFlow? I recommend getting, if y'all want recommendations today, I'm going to give it to you. My favorite that runs everything, my life here, is EcoFlow Delta Pro 3 with an extra battery. That's what's running everything here seamlessly. Okay, the Shade Tree says, thank you for answering the Shade Tree, but after 3 years, I will be receiving a check and I'm not living totally off grid. I'm real close. Keep the information coming. No problem, no problem. Second floor gardens. If I leave mine charging while I'm at work, will it automatically stop from overcharging? Yes, it will stop. Once you can set your Delta Pro 3 at whatever you want. If you only wanted to go to 80% full, 70% full, 50% full, it will cut off at that. If you wanted to go to 100%, it'll go to 100% and stop charging. Because it has overcharge protection on it, and it has built-in fuses built inside of it. Okay, built-in breakers. So not only do you have overcharge protection, you also have a breaker switch on it for just in case. Let me see. All right. Okay, we've been in 42 minutes. How many? Okay, here's one. Diane says, how many panels to make the 800 watts? 8. It depends on what you buy, okay? If you buy 8 100-watt panels, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take 8 100-watt panels to get 800. It's just doing simple math, okay? But if you buy 2 400-watt panels, you only got 2 panels, because each one of those is 400 watts, bringing in 800 watts, okay? So it depends on which ones you purchase. It's a reason why I purchased 100-watt panels. Awesome, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. What would you recommend? Thank you for the recommendation. I appreciate that. Storms expected today, generator ready. And let's talk about, let me see. I just tried the code, it didn't work. I cut and pasted. It should work. I don't know what's going on, but it should work. Hi again, Lid. We're going to be talking about the shed on a whole nother day, because I have a surprise waiting for y'all. Okay, we're going to have another tiny home talk. We're going to start doing another tiny home talk, because more people are interested and more people are asking me those questions, and I don't want to divert from talking about power and get into tiny homes, because I'm telling you, that's a rabbit trail, a rabbit hole you don't want to go down with me, because we'll be here all day. All right, so right now I'm just trying to focus on power, and I'm trying to stay focused. That's hard for me. Okay, so coming up next, we'll do a tiny home talk, but I'm saving it for a special time, because something special is about to happen. I want to let y'all know. Let me tell you this. I'm going to answer you. See, I normally don't do this, but who asked me that? Renee Cannon, don't let me forget. Okay, I'm about to come and answer you with another Sideline question, but not quite giving you the full answer. I don't want to spill the beans. JC says, can you elaborate more on why you get 100-watt panels? Yes, easy, simple. Because they're easy to move. And I get to play with them and add as much power as I want. There's a reason why I only get 100-watt panels all the time. And this is why. Because for my smaller generators like this can only bring in 100 watts tops. The new River 3, don't quote me. I think it was the River 2. They can only bring in like 100 watts, right? So I want to be able to have a panel for anything I use. If I got a big generator like the Delta Pro 3, I'll just hook a bunch of them together. Here's the other thing why I like just buying 100-watt panels. Yes, it's cumbersome. Yes, it's a lot. But I can put them and move them wherever I want. When you got big, giant 400 and 800-watt panels, you need people to help you lift them, help you move them, help you mount them. The 100-watt panel is just easier for me, and I can use them on anything. Now, here's another one. You cannot connect one of your 400-watt panels to this because the amperage is too high. The volts and the amps is too high. So you'll be stuck with a 400-watt panel. It's a blessing and a curse. You got the power, but it's a lot of things you won't be able to power with it because you have to pay attention to the amps and the volts. You got to multiply that, and if it overpowers this, you risk the risk of burning this up or hurting yourself, okay? So it's easy for me to just connect. If I need 800 watts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I ain't got to think about it no more. But that way I can power everything down to the smallest things that I have, because most of my generators can bring in 100 watts. Okay. Shaggy says, we have 190-watt panels. They're heavy to move. They're heavy to move, and you won't be able to, you definitely won't be able to charge something like this, a smaller generator. You won't be able to. Okay. I'm just trying to get the questions, y'all. Okay, we got now I'm gonna go back to Renee Cannon real quick. Okay, hi again, what size shed are you in? I'm gonna say this for you, Renee. I'm not gonna spill those beans, but I will tell you this. Y'all wanna do okay, I tell you what, after this video, we'll do a quick tiny home video. Because it's things that if I had to do it all over again, I would change. If I get enough hands in here, hell, if I get enough people in here and enough hands that say you want to do that video, we'll do it today. If I get enough hands, enough people want to see that, I'll do it today. Because the tiny home video is kind of like the everything video. It's the solar, it's the water, it's the space, it's the everything, okay? I'm just trying to stay focused on the power right now so we don't throw off and people come see the video like, what the hell is he talking about? Which most people do every video. All right, okay. All right, so I'm not gonna mix this in with it. We're just gonna do another video after this one, okay? So thank you everybody for I hope to see you over on the next video, because I'm gonna do it back to back. All right. And we're gonna talk about tiny home. Cause there's some stuff I need to talk about. Okay? It's some real stuff that needs to be talked about, that like cut the fake crap. It's some fake crap that people is doing to get themselves in a world of trouble. Okay? Lisa says, please do the tiny home video. I figure how to live off grid in my tiny house, except for running hot water. Thank you. Except for running hot water. I did a hot water video. I did a video. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. I did a hot water video, hot water tank. That's going to be part of the tiny house. The tiny house going to be the whole kit and caboodle. I'm going to throw the whole smorgasbord at you. How did I get hot water? I'm going to show you that too, okay? And when I tell you it's easy, easy, not using too much energy, okay? Miss Shirley OG, I came in the video with my Himalayan salt water, Himalayan salt and lemon juice. Thank you, because I've been sweating since I came in the house. I'm still trying to cool down, so I'm sweating profusely. Thank you, my sister, for that. Thank you. Yes. This the time of year I can't play. Thank you, Shirley. Okay. Thank you, ZX. I'm staying hydrated. Okay, Leslie says on demand hot water heater under the sink. Absolutely. And we're gonna I'm not just going to talk about it. I'm gonna show you. Okay? So if you want to stay with me or come back with me on the next video, it may be a little longer than 1 hour. I don't know how my Wi-Fi is going to be acting, so I'm gonna need y'all to stay on top of that for me. But I'm going to not only just talk about everything, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you my power hookup, my power grid. I'm not going to show you how it's hooked up, but I'm going to show you my power grid. I'm going to show you fundamental ideas that you may need or want, things to stay away from, and things that you really want to do first. Oh shit, I can't wait to do the video now. But if you're looking for power, please. Can I say something? Is that hot water electric? Yes, it is. But it doesn't use as much power as you think. It's just like this refrigerator. It's gonna cut on and use some power for a minute and cut off and use nothing. Okay? Hey, Missy Hawk, sister, I'm about to do another video, and this one was all about power. We're about to do a tiny home, and the tiny home video is going to be, and we're going to do it right after this one. The tiny home video is going to be everything, and I don't know how long it's going to be, and it depends on the weather too. Okay, so I'm talking about tiny houses, spaces, do's and don'ts. Don't do it. Please don't do it. And yes, we got to do it. You got to have it. Okay. Barbara says, how do you determine what direction to place your solar panels in to get maximum amount of sunlight every day? That's a personal thing. That's what you got to pay attention. Look up. I notice I'm not talking to you like you stupid, okay? But it's literally this crazy. Where do the sun come up? One day while you ain't doing nothing, or you out in the garden, or you pay attention every hour on the hour, set your alarm, and look at where the sun is in which month. Whatever month it is, whatever season it is, where's that sun? And right there, I'm not the one to keep moving my panels every 5 minutes, right? So I give it a little bit of all of them. I don't face it directly that way. That way it's kind of in the middle. So it's going to get sunlight all day. It's not going to get the perfect amount of light, except for when it's that middle, it'll get that perfect sunlight, give me all that power. And when it passed that point, it won't give me all that power, okay? So you literally have to pay attention to the sun. And frankly, my sister, pay attention to the sun no matter what. Everybody needs to know your directions, which way that sun come up, which way that sun go down. Every day, every season, it doesn't matter. I don't care what season it is. You need to start paying attention to what time does the sun crest over the trees if you have a situation like mine. I know what time the sun touches the tip of those trees, and I know how much time I got left before there is almost zero sunlight at all. I know what time that sun comes up in the morning, and I know exactly from which direction it comes. I know how long it's going, how much sun I'm going to have between 5 a.m. and 12 p.m. Where's that sun going to be? Right here in June or July, it should be sitting right over top of me, okay? All of that makes a difference, because if you put your panels where you want them at, they're not going to be efficient. Those panels need to be where they need to be. And then you also have to worry about, okay, where can you put the panels that's going to receive the most sun for the longest period of time? That's important. That's very important. And unfortunately, it's not usually going to be where you want it to be. It's going to be in your beautiful lawn somewhere, or over by the driveway or something, or around back. It's going to be somewhere where you don't really want it to be, but that just so happened to be where the sun is going to be most prominent most of the day. My solar panels is literally right here, right off my porch, and I got some way back there in the tree line. I don't want them there, but that's it. And I refuse to put them on my rooftop. It's just, I'm not going to ruin my roof for those panels. Okay? And all of those self-turning panel things, they're great, but they cost a lot of money, and they only hold so many panels. Okay, let's see. That's right, ZX says, always knew that wherever I live, know where that sun starts. And I even sung songs to my kids so they know their direction. Hey, Katina Brooks, how you doing? Say, amen, you have to pay attention all year to get the maximum sunlight. And I'm going to tell you something else. As a gardener, not just a prepper, not just a gardener, not just a homesteader, not just a farmer, but that gardening, you need to know where that sun rises and sets. No matter what, you need to know where that sun sets and rises, just so you don't get lost. What's the average price of solar panels? It all depends on what you want, okay? There is really no average price, and we got to be honest. Okay, after tariffs and all the stupid pricing going on and the price gouging, I can't answer those questions anymore. I won't even know. Be totally honest with you. The prices are out of control. That's why I'm coming at you now and letting you know it's a discount code out there. So if you want to purchase something, at least that'll help. But I promise you this, we're in hurricane season, and we're not just in hurricane season. We're in hurricane season in one of the worst economical, political times in our lifetimes. You need extra power. You need extra power. And you want to know something else? Let me not just talk economic and political, but this, you need the extra power, because not only is this the worst economical time, the worst political time, it's also the most unhealthiest time. And I'm gonna throw this out. This ain't factual, but it's an observing. I'm observing, okay? We are in one of the most unhealthiest lifestyle periods, I'm going to say, in damn near human history. We are living like Henry VIII. The ailments and the problems and the health problems that we all going through, and the reason I'm bringing that up is because without power right now, a lot of us is in trouble. A lot of us on oxygen, a lot of us on dialysis, a lot of us is on all kind of things. Your insulin need to stay in the refrigerator. You're on medications where you really can't live without power anymore. So that's why I brought up economical, political, and health crisis. You can't be without power. I'm be honest with you. A lot of people out there, right, CPAP machines, asthma machines. Here's one. Defibrillators, crime, ankle monitors. You know what I'm saying? I'm being honest though. All right, so true story, you need power. It ain't just about, hurricane season anymore. You need power because if they feel like cutting your power off. Because let me tell you something. Let's be honest with one another, and then I'm gonna get off this video. We're gonna start the next one. In the last 8 years, they've made it where the rolling blackouts, if they feel like cutting your power off, they cut your power off. No storm, no hurricane, no problems. They will cut your power off. Period. And they won't tell you when it's coming back on. And it's a lot of people out there that I don't know why they ain't thinking about this, but people are perishing because they don't have any power. And you will be sitting there in your bed and you on your oxygen tank or whatever, or going through your dialysis treatment, and your power go out. They like, and so what you think is you got to depend on them to supply you power. We need to get that frame of mind up out of our heads, okay? Get that frame of thinking out of your head. I'm trying my hardest to stop depending on anybody for damn near anything. Missy Hawk says, I'm so glad I listened to you a few years ago and started my SPGs panel and refrigeration. Grateful. Amen. Solar power generators to the rescue. Okay. TLC said facts. Our lights, ours flickered off, and a couple times the other day, and no wind, no rain. You know what? Earlier this year, ours was out for like, what was that last year? Our power was out late last fall. Our power was out for 2 weeks at my house. Of course, out here, I don't know when the power is on or off. So, everybody across the country is dealing with this, so it ain't like I'm just making stuff up. Jerry says, facts, our power went out yesterday for no reason. My power kicked back in. You know what, if you don't, I'm going to tell you how to know your power is out and how they playing with your power. If you got the Ring doorbell system or something, and y'all got the neighborhood link, look how many people keep saying, is everybody power on? Is y'all power out? Is y'all internet out? Where's everybody internet? Is your power on? Me and my wife be sitting there like, thank God. Because everybody's stuff be out for days and we won't even know. So, and people be having emergencies, health emergencies, and what you gonna do with no power? You can't charge your phone? At least charge your phone up, your cell phone. Okay, so I don't want to keep y'all on this video any longer. Let me see, just real quick, let me see. Again, I'm gonna say this, the link, the EcoFlow link is in the description box below. And just so you don't know, EcoFlow is nationally certified and approved. So don't quote me. They're being used by, oh my goodness, I'm not going to say it because I don't want to mess it up. But EcoFlow is the #1 solar power generator in the nation. So I'm going to make sure. And they're being used professionally by emergency, I'm going to say emergency services. I'm not going to say the actual name because I don't want to mess that up. But just so you know, they work. I'm living it right now, so you know. Okay, and you know something, ZX, you want to know something? Have you noticed that I will talk about another solar generator a little bit, but what's running my whole life? I don't have a problem with other solar powers like Anchor. I like Anchor. You know, I really do. I like Anchor. I like Blue Eddy. I like Jackery. You know. But I keep saying this over and over and over again. If you can't get a smart dual fuel generator to coincide with your big generator you talking about supposed to be running your house grid, that's nothing for us to talk about. I'm not going to push that narrative. I'm going to say, hey, it's a good product because it is. But the sun is not out all the time. We got to be realistic with it. The sun is not out all the time. You need some backup to your backup. And EcoFlow has that. Nobody else has that. Nobody. Okay? Jerry says, tell them, Led, have had mine a few years. It's like American Express, won't leave home without. I got EcoFlow in my car, EcoFlow at my house, EcoFlow at my land. Because it's flawless. This the best part. Because you got your phone, and I take care of everything at my house from here. I take care of, when I'm at home, I take care of everything here. Notifications, everything. You know? So it's a one-stop shop for me. Veronica says, Lynn, can I place here to let your followers know? No, don't no. I'm not affiliated with that, so please don't. I personally don't even condone them, so please no. I don't condone them because they do some dirty stuff to people. And I don't want to be no part of that. Okay? All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're going to jump into another live stream. I'm gonna get off here and we just gonna crank it back up. All right, so this one was all about power. Let's get into that tiny house. I hope y'all come back and chill with me. Let's talk about tiny house, everything about it. Living, how I got it set up, which one you should, which one you should not get. I'm gonna tell y'all the do's and the don'ts of tiny house. We about to tiny house talking. All right, so click off this one and be watching out for my next live stream, like right now. Okay, Live Farmer 73, I love you and I'm out. Power up, and I see you in a few minutes. Let me go pee. So give me about 5 minutes. Let me go pee and wash my hands, and we coming right back. All right, let's talk about these tiny houses. All right, y'all, peace.